Today we're counting down the top 7 most talked about films of 2025 so far, starting at number 7 and building all the way to the one that's captured hearts, minds, and ticket sales around the world. Whether you've caught them all or are still deciding which to see, stick around. We've got plot teasers, behind-the-scenes tidbits, and the hottest takes from critics on what works and what doesn't in each movie. Ready? Let's dive in. We kick things off at number 7 with Companion. This lean, stripped-down thriller takes the familiar friends on a getaway premise and turns it inside out. A group of lifelong pals rents a secluded cabin deep in the woods, looking forward to a weekend of laughter, campfires, and marshmallow roasting. But right out of the gate, little glitches appear. The generator dies too easily, the phone lines are dead, and some of the group's inside jokes suddenly feel off. When one member, mysteriously referred to only as Companion, shows up uninvited, paranoia sets in. Director Drew Hancock leans into long, lingering shots of empty chairs and dark hallways, so that every creak of the floorboards feels like a whispered threat. Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid anchor the drama with performances that shift seamlessly from offhand camaraderie to genuine terror. They're the friends you root for, but also fear might snap next. Critics have been mostly impressed. Many applaud the film's economy of scares, its less is more approach to horror, and the way the story keeps you guessing until the very last frame. Yet a handful of reviewers gripe that the key reveals land too predictably and that true gotcha moments are in short supply. If you appreciate psychological tension over jump scares, Companion may be your perfect weekend nightmare. If you want your horror to come with real gut punches and shock twists, you might find yourself wanting more. Sliding into number 6 is Karate Kid Legends. Yes, this new entry proudly wears its nostalgia on its sleeve, bringing back legendary mentors Mr. Han, Jackie Chan, and Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio, as they guide a bright young student, Li Fong, played with earnest charm by Ben Wang, through the ups and downs of martial arts mastery. Set against the gritty backdrop of modern-day New York City, Li Fong must quickly learn that true strength comes not from flashy kicks, but from discipline, respect, and inner calm. The film's director Jonathan Entwistle stages elaborate dojo sequences and choreographed tournament showdowns that pay homage to decades of Karate Kid lore, blending Chan's acrobatics with LaRusso's Miyagi-Do wisdom. Critics are polarized. Some praise the film for recapturing the warmth and life lessons that made the franchise so beloved, highlighting Chan's stunt work and Macchio's genuine affection for his role, while others argue that Legends is too safe, leaning heavily on callbacks. Yes, that Cobra Kai theme again, and never quite standing on its own 2 feet. If you're a die-hard fan craving another nostalgic dose of crane kicks and rivalry rematches, this one will hit the spot. But if you came looking for a bold reinvention, you may walk away feeling the recipe hasn't changed enough. Moving up to number 5, we have Mickey 17. Adapted from Edward Ashton's acclaimed novel, this sci-fi thriller casts Robert Pattinson as an expendable colonist on an ice world outpost. In this near-future society, workers are deemed expendable, or Mickey clones, each assigned a number. When one clone meets an untimely end, his consciousness and memories are uploaded into a fresh body, and life starts anew until disaster strikes again. Bong Joon-ho adapts Edward Ashton's acclaimed novel to bring Robert Pattinson to the icy outpost of Niflheim, where expendable colonists, aka Mickey clones, are rebooted whenever one meets an untimely end. Bong stages jaw-dropping vistas of endless glaciers, crystalline ice caverns, and howling snowstorms that feel both breathtaking and foreboding. Pattinson delivers perhaps his most nuanced work yet, balancing world-weary resignation with flashes of childlike wonder and mounting existential dread. Critics can't get enough of the film's philosophical underpinnings. Debates about identity, mortality, and corporate ethics swirl beneath the surface, making Mickey 17 feel like a cold climate cousin to Blade Runner 2049. At the same time, some reviewers caution that the movie's reflective moments sometimes last too long, pulling you out of the narrative's forward motion. If you savor slow-burn storytelling with smart sci-fi ideas, Mickey 17 is worth the chill. If you need more faster pacing and plot propulsion, you might find yourself checking your watch between ice mining sequences. Jumping ahead to number 4, Lilo and Stitch. This live-action animation hybrid directs us back to the vibrant shores of Hawaii, where we follow young Lilo, newcomer Maya Kealoha, as she struggles with family loss and the challenges of fitting in. Enter Stitch, the mischievous alien experiment known as 626, who crash lands in her backyard and turns her world upside down. Director Dean Fleischerkamp blends rich Hawaiian scenery with heartfelt scenes between Lilo and her older sister, Nani. The film nails the original's sense of ohana. That family isn't just blood, but the people who stand by you no matter what, while expanding it with contemporary themes of belonging, mental health, and cultural pride. Audiences have responded with warmth, praising the film's gorgeous Hawaiian locales, its gentle humor, and its touching moments of sisterly love. Critics echo those sentiments, but add that at times the script leans a bit too heavily on quippy sidekicks and slapstick, which can muddy the emotional beats. Still, for anyone who grew up with the 2002 animated classic, this new take delivers a vibrant, sun-soaked trip that's hard not to love. At the halfway mark, number 3 is Thunderbolts. Marvel's 36th entry assembles a team of anti-heroes, Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and U.S. Agent for a covert mission orchestrated by Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Valentina de Fontaine. Directed by Jake Schreier, the film emphasizes dark humor and ensemble chemistry as the group navigates Valentina's traps and their own personal demons. Florence Pugh and Sebastian Stan lead a cast delivering sharp banter and surprising depth, while David Harbour lends comic gravitas as Red Guardian. Critics have singled out the film's breakneck pace and terrific ensemble energy, but they also point out that some character arcs feel rushed, and the relentless action can blur together by the third act. If adrenaline-fueled ride-or-die storytelling is your thing, Thunderbolters delivers in spades. If you need more breathing room to connect with each player, you may long for quieter moments. Sliding into number 2 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise returns as Ethan Hunt in what is arguably the most ambitious installment yet. This time, Hunt's mission sends him hurtling through international chase sequences. The film boasts jaw-dropping stunts captured for real, no CGI substitution, like Cruise dangling from a plane's landing gear mid-takeoff and hurtling across a collapsing dam on a motorcycle. Director Christopher McQuarrie weaves these set pieces into a tighter narrative than ever before, exploring themes of trust and redemption as Hunt races against time. Critics are unanimous in praising the movie's spectacle, Cruise's fearless performance, and the screenplay's lean focus on character stakes alongside the action. But some dissenters argue that the film's sheer intensity can be overwhelming, suggesting it sometimes leaves little room for quieter emotional payoff. And finally, claiming the top spot at number 1 is Sinners. The film is set in the 1930s in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Young blues guitarist Sammy Moore teams up with his First World War veteran cousins Smoke and Stack, fresh off stealing a mob fortune, to open a farm bar, only to face a vengeful supernatural force on opening night. Director Ryan Coogler conceived the idea for the film while editing Creed following the death of his uncle, and sought to portray the blues not as the music of a dying generation, but as a living, powerful legacy. Critics are effusive. They call Sinners a masterclass in balancing family drama with thrilling suspense, celebrating Jordan's dual performance for its mix of vulnerability and raw strength. As Coogler himself admitted, "I didn't expect him to play twins so well. I think those are his 2 best roles." Yet a few reviewers caution that the film's relentless emotional intensity may be exhausting for some. There's little respite from the suspense once the plot kicks into high gear. Despite this, audiences are flocking to see Sinners, praising it as 2025's most powerful and uncompromising genre mashup. And that's a rundown of the top 7 most popular films of 2025 so far. Whether you're into creepy cabins, epic stunts, or emotional family dramas, there's something here for every movie night. Which one grabbed you the most? Drop your favorite in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie countdowns.